regulation. Do you know your power is in the pulse? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching from. Welcome to Healing Heart Haven, where we discuss mental health matters. Today, we will be discussing a very interesting topic that you won't want to miss. We want to talk about emotional regulation. What is emotional regulation? We want to talk about emotional regulation. And what does that mean to you? Is the ability to manage how we express our emotions. Emotional regulation is not about ignoring feelings, suppressing feelings or your emotions, but it's about choosing how we act on them. So what is emotion? An emotion is a natural inner experience. All of us feel it. We all feel the emotion. How you feel in response to what's happening around you or within you. Emotion is inside of everybody. It's inbuilt. Emotion is your mind and body reacting to an experience. And so today, we will be discussing two major ways of communicating our emotions. And that is reacting and responding. When you react, what does it mean? Reacting is immediate and emotional. When you react to an event, to an incident, to any pressure inside of you, anything that happened around you, it's either you respond or you react. When we are talking of reacting, it is immediate and emotional. It happens before you think. And so when you react, emotion takes control, and that often leads to regret. There are some attributes of reaction. These are instant. You just talk without thinking. Some people will say, I gave it to that person the way he gave it back to me. That is reacting. And sometimes it brings about regrets. And it's also emotional, because it will heighten your emotion and it will heighten the emotion of the other person. In one of our videos, I spoke to us about someone that reacted to an incident in a viewing center, and his reaction involved her getting up and hit the other fellow, and the person died instantly before they could even do anything, before they could take him to the hospital. And by the time he was telling his story, he had spent 40 years in prison because of that singular act of reacting to feelings, to emotions. So emotions, when you react to what your emotion is saying, it could be the feeling of anger, it could be feeling of anxiety, but you are just reacting without wasting time. It's so instant and it's unfiltered, because you want to give it to that person the way it's coming. And that's not good for our mental health. It brings issues to our mental health that can lead to physical issues as well. Physical health issues as well. When you are talking of reaction, you don't show empathy, because if you filter what you want to say to the other person, you will know if what you are about to say is good to the hearing, to the emotions of that individual. When you are reacting, you don't filter your word, and that is not good for other people. You must show empathy when you are talking to people. As you are sad, the other person might be sad too. You are going through something. That other person might be going through something. The response of that person to you, or what that person has done or has said at that point in time, might be as a result of what he or she is going through. When you are talking, when there is an incident, it's better for us to filter those words before we say it. And when it comes to reacting, you don't filter, but you just say it as you feel at that point in time. So it happens before thinking. And reaction says, I feel it, and so I act it. What is responding in another term? Responding is intentional. You are calming down. You are relaxing. Fine. The person has brought it hot. The blow is hot. But yet, it allows you to pause. It allows you to think and to choose wisely, to filter your words, to think about your reaction at that point in time. That is responding. We still feel the emotion. Yes, you are angry, but you are not reacting to that feeling of anger at that point in time. But you are taking your time, you pause, you think, you filter your word, you show empathy to the fellow you want to respond to. So we still feel the emotion, but we do not let it control us. That is responding. What are the attributes of responding? It is intentional. It is intentional, and it is thoughtful, and you show empathy, and you pause, you filter those words, you put yourself in the shoe of the person you want to respond to. You will pause, you think about it, and you will choose your word wisely. It happens after pausing. Response says, I feel it, but I choose my action. Reaction can be driven by emotion and often leads to regret, as we have earlier said. While responding is guided by wisdom, it protects our peace and even the peace of the fellow you are reacting to or you are responding to, and keeps you in control. It helps you to maintain mental well-being, because at any point in time you are just calming down before you do anything, before you say anything, before you put up any action, before you say any word. You are pausing to know how the person you are talking to will feel. How does it affect our mental well-being? Reaction can damage relationship. If you are in a relationship and you always react, that relationship cannot last at all, because you are always reacting, because you are always giving it back. As it's hot, you are bringing it more hotter. It affects relationships. It affects your decision making too. You can't be reacting to things, to issues, to people, to events or incidents and make a productive decision. And you cannot have what we call self-respect, because you're always reacting. People look down on you because when you react continuously, people look at you and say, are you okay? Is everything normal with you? At least there should be times that someone will be calming down. So when that does not happen to you, it affects your relationship, it affects your decisions, and you will not have what we call self-respect. And responding, on the other hand, builds your emotional maturity. In other words, when we are talking of emotional intelligence, then you have it. That means you are emotionally intelligent, because you can control your emotions. You do not react to what you are feeling at any point in time, and you are not bringing your feeling, into your emotions and react, but you are responding. It gives you emotional maturity, and it gives you healthy boundaries. You earn your self-respect, and it also give you inner peace. What can we take from this reacting and responding? It's just that before you speak or act, please pause, breathe, and choose your word. Reaction can lead to mental health issues like anxiety, sometimes frustration, even depression, all those mental health issues that can cause you your physical well-being as well. You can't always control what happened. It's not everything that happened to you that you can control. Sometimes you can't control them, but you can always control how you respond. Emotional regulation is self-leadership. You are on your own, and you are leading your life, you are maintaining your lane, and you are calming down all the time. This video is to tell us that if you want to maintain you want to have good mental well-being, you must respond to incidents, to reaction, to people, and to whatever happened to you at any point in time. Life is full of happenings, things that are not pleasant or palatable to hearing, to our lives sometimes, but that does not mean we should be reacting every time. We should learn how to respond so that we will have good mental well-being. Thank you for watching. If this video you have benefited from this video in any area, please like, please share, and please comment. Thank you. See you in our next video. Bye.
Are you struggling with anger issues? If you need a session with the coach, please call this number 0708 to 752 716.